every month, but I didn't have any show of blood. So I have periods without having periods. You understand what I'm saying? I was going through the whole process of menstruation, but without having the blood. The blood would come through my nose. I am serious. Because it was in those days, I think it was the 8th of the month, I would have the sensation of a periods, all the stuff, the cramps, everything. But there was no blood coming through me, my vagina. There was no menstruation. It's only the symptoms. The blood would come through my nose. Honestly, I don't know if this makes sense to any doctor, but I explained this to the doctors. And I even was tested. I said, according with the test I'm seeing in here, you're having your periods. I said, I don't see any, I feel it, but I don't see any blood coming through me. So then I start having these problems, And yeah, when I had those floods through my nose, it was in those days that I was supposed to have my period. So my period would not come through my vagina. No. That extra blood or whatever. I don't know what my body was doing. The doctor said I had a fatty liver. And I don't know what stopped my periods. Something stops my periods. And it was not menopause. And I was not able to be treated for that. Nobody treated me for that. I went to doctors. So to me to lose all that blood and the hemorrhage, I had the papers. I mean, there was one cop that got really scared. And I was renting a car. The car was all blood everywhere. And he got so scared. And I said I was driving myself down. There was no buses there. There was no transportation up in Central back then to go anywhere. Just around the area, So anyway, this was the reason because it mainly happened when I will exercise myself a little bit too much or being too much exposed to cold weather up there. So I didn't drive the car. So anyway, to me, it's a question mark that, my case, I exposed my case. I put it in his Facebook. I downloaded videos. And I wonder if Dr. Steve Pitts, because he studies the, crimes and forensic things. I wonder if he ever heard my case. I was always wondering how come nobody never had reached out to me, because there was not justice done to me in Colorado. So I wonder if he heard about that and he probably was trying to reach out to me. I was hoping for a hero, I would send emails to Rick Miller. And by the way, Rick Miller looks a little bit like Dr. Steve Pitt's son. Had that kind of looks. So anyway, I sent a million. I developed, after that happened to me in Central City, I developed a neurosis of anxiety. It was very obvious to see any psychiatrist or any doctor that I would see. All the stuff that I have been doing and all the stuff I did, I sent so many emails to Officer Rick Miller about all the laws I had in there. I developed a very strong neurosis of anxiety, which I still have some of that. I consider myself very strong being in a foreign country and working and taking care of myself. I have not lived with a man. I had nobody take care of me but me. After this invasion, when I lost everything, I Actually, my brother would draw from me. My only help. My brother would draw from me. He started having his own problems. Um, Heart bypass that didn't work out and stuff like that. I don't even know if he's alive. But I developed a neurosis of anxiety. Something came out of me after that happened that I never was before. I was not like that. I was not a person that will fear panic attacks for the minimum thing, you know. But after that experience, I do. I just feel a panic attack after something something comes that I cannot control, like not getting paid my salary or something or anything like that. I just the fear of losing a home, the fear of losing shelter, the fear of losing everything. I have this sickening and neurosis of anxiety I developed after that case. So my case is linked to forensic things, so that's why for me it was very hard to hear about the death of Dr. Pitts. By the way, I wrote a psychiatrist. I did, and the email is not in my computer. I cannot find it, but it was not sent through my email. It was sent through the section of psychiatrists, and I think that went to Dr. Pitts. If I don't, I need to investigate that stuff because after that, that's when he got shot. I was not even talking too much about the case of the invasion, but I was talking more about health problems, anxiety and the brain stuff and the diagnosis of lesions and stuff, and gosh, it's hard. It's hard to even imagine that somebody was caring for you, was trying to reach out to you, and there was no connection. And then the person died. That's very hard to think. It's very hard to think about that. So anyway, what amazed me that there is a very strong force that keep you quiet. And what amazing thing is that a case never gets solved. It's an unsolved mystery. The case never gets solved, and then something, the same spirit that destroy you, or in case destroy me, keeps going and try to do it again. See what I mean? That is very scary. And then here you think that you don't have a hero. You don't have anybody to protect you. But it's just like the same thing that happened one time. The same force, the same evil force, the same enemies that caused that to you one time, they're trying to repeat it on you. I'm not kidding. If this thing is going here in the United States, it has to be some link to the government because I don't know how to explain it. It's like miserable person. It's a miserable government. It's a miserable asshole. It's a miserable person with power. It's evil. It's a beast. I have seen how people that think like me has been murdered. People that have tried to protect me have been murdered. And what can I do? And then here is the fact that some events repeat and it seems that it's a future plan with the same events to repeat again. So we say that there is justice in the United States. How much can the media do? Where is the media?